take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home.
It's been a long time coming.
Someone take me home. Oh, 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 oh.
Welcome to Welland Stadium as tonight your Welland Jackfish take on the visiting Brantford Red Sox. A night that saw maybe thunderstorms in the forecast. Tonight, the temperature is 21 degrees. A windy day here in Welland as we take a look at the tail of the tape. The Jackfish come in with a record of 1-2. The Red Sox, of course, 0-2. The Jackfish defeated the Red Sox with their only win of the season, a 7-2 victory on the road on Friday night. Take a look at the standings. Jackfish right in the middle, fourth, with the Red Sox in sixth. Of course, you look at the head-to-head, that 1-0. Of course, Tofflin, 5:45. Dane Tofflin will play shortstop this evening. A couple of lineup changes. DeLuca batting 286 as the top batters so far. And the top pitchers, both of those pitchers not pitching this evening, as we'll take a look at our pitching battle in just a few moments. There's lots to get to. Jamie Campbell's in attendance, and he'll throw out our first pitch. We'll get to that as well. Of course, the MLB going through a tough day today with the Yankees game against the Red Sox postponed due to COVID-related issues. Not ideal, of course, for the MLB and baseball in general after what a successful and what a fantastic show during the MLB Home Run Derby and, of course, All-Star Week. What an All-Star break. Lots of Blue Jays, of course. 4 of them in the All-Star game. So much to talk about. But it's great to be with you on a beautiful Thursday night. Last week's Thursday night game, we thought we were going to play ball but got rained out against the Hamilton Cardinals, and tonight we get to play ball. The Brantford Red Sox in town. We'll step aside. You're watching Jackfish Baseball. Opening pitch just minutes away.
The Letterman Canada weather forecast for tonight's game brought to you by WellandJackfish.com. At first base, Keith McConkey.
Rod Mahood, the public address announcer for the Welland Jackfish, introducing tonight's umpires. It's a great crew on hand. The home plate umpire is Jeff Rose. First base, Keith McConkey, and at third, Ben Mercier. So a veteran crew on the diamond for this evening's ball game, rather. It's the second meeting between these two ball clubs in as many weeks. The Jackfish, of course, taking that 7-2 win over the Brantford Red Sox on the last Friday night. The Jackfish looking to rebound from a rough weekend on the road. Toronto, big 18-7 loss, and they were able to somewhat recover with 7 runs, but they dropped a 16-3 decision at home against the London Majors on Saturday. Rod Mahood set to announce the starting lineups for today's game. First for the Brantford Red Sox, we'll take a look at their starting lineup. Left fielder number 20, Jesse Fishbaum, will lead off. He'll be followed by Matthew Pilarchuk playing third. Gianfranco Morello will bat third, play second base. The DH this evening is Liam Sutherland. At first, it's Nick Burdett. Catching and batting sixth is Colton Fountain. The right fielder in the 7th spot is Spencer Voisin. Batting 8th and center field, number 39, Michael DeLuca. And in the 9th spot is the shortstop, Zach Lamprey. Pitching this evening for the Red Sox, it's Kyle Lev once again. Lev went 5 innings at Arnold Anderson on Friday night. Only one earned run, was fantastic in his control. 10 strikeouts, 4 hits, and has an ERA of only 1.8. The Jackfish in for a tough one against Kyle Lev once again, as he's one of the aces for the Red Sox this season. Be sure to follow the team on social media. Be sure to follow the Jackfish, www.wellandjackfish.com. Stay up to date with everything Jackfish baseball. And of course, find the broadcast schedule for the remaining games of the season. Tomorrow, of course, Ontario enters Phase 3, something that a lot of people have circled on their calendars, as that changes ticket policies and some in-stadium policies for the Jackfish, as the capacity limit of 710, rip it up, throw it away, that is out the window. Jackfish capacity limit improving to 50% of the ballpark, which is roughly 1,200 people. A pregame ceremony is still set with Jamie Campbell from the Rogers Sportsnet TV broadcast. Of course, the Toronto Blue Jays throwing out today's opening ceremonial pitch. Also, if you can't make today's game and you know someone driving, be sure to tune in. 610 CKTB, Elliot Price to my right, also calling the ball game tonight on 610 CKTB, Niagara's News Talk, and the home of Jackfish baseball. I will send it down to field level, of course. You'll tune in. You'll have a great view of this opening ceremonial pitch, and we'll meet today's starting lineup for your Welland Jackfish.
And now the starting lineup for your 2021 Welland Jackfish, presented by North Welland BIA. Leading off, the center fielder, number 9, Eric Marriott. Batting second, first baseman, number 11, Tony Kwan. Batting third, the shortstop, number 23, Dane Toughlin. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 39, Matt Hildebrand. Batting fifth, right fielder, number 16, Aaron Dunsmore. Batting sixth, third baseman, number 44, Todd Gowan. Batting seventh, left fielder, number 6, Dennis Dave Banning. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 26, Andrew Mercier. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 3, Robert Mackey. And on the mound for the Jackfish this evening, number 52, Rich Corrente. The manager of your Welland Jackfish is Mr. Brian Essery. Ladies and gentlemen, for thousands of years, Indigenous peoples have walked on this land. Their relationship with the land is at the center of their lives and spirituality. We are gathered on the traditional territory of several Indigenous peoples, including the Neutrals, the Mississauga, the Anishinaabe, and the Haudenosaunee. We acknowledge their continuing stewardship of this land. Thank you. Also this evening, our thoughts are with the people of Barrie, Ontario. If you hadn't heard, a major tornado hit the area this afternoon. Our thoughts are with the people of Barrie, Ontario tonight. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able to do so. Please remove your hats and welcome Gemma Bishop to perform the Canadian National Anthem. once again, Gemma Bishop. And now, fans, please welcome to the field for tonight's ceremonial first pitch. From Sportsnet and Blue Jays Central. He is a true class act, does a lot for communities. He made the trip down to the vibrant Rose City tonight. He is all well and good. Please welcome Mr. Jamie Campbell. Right down the middle, sign him up. Thank you once again to Sportsnet and Blue Jays Central's Jamie Campbell.
Well, the first pitch is in the books, and it's a doozy. Jamie Campbell, of course, we thank him for coming down to the voice of Rogers Sportsnet and Blue Jays baseball. Catch him before, after, and between innings. Jamie Campbell, the big part of the broadcast team at the Toronto Blue Jays. We thank him for being a part of Jackfish baseball. So we know the lineup for the Red Sox. Take a look at today's starting pitcher for the Jackfish. It is the lefty, the southpaw, Rich Corrente. A huge outing in Brantford. He was one of the two pitchers that pitched in that ball game, as Kyle Lev, we mentioned earlier, started the game for the Brantford Red Sox. Corrente came in relief, was an absolute gem on the mound for the Jackfish. His numbers were fantastic. Lots of strikeouts in that ball game. The Jackfish put up 15 at Arnold Anderson in that 7-2 win over the Red Sox. So this is round number 2. Take a look at the IBL schedule today. One game postponed due to weather, of course, and that was Kitchener on the road. The starting lineup for the Jackfish this evening. The center fielder is Eric Marriott. Tony Kwan will bat second. Dane Tofflin, the league-leading Dane Tofflin, will bat third. Tofflin, of course, 11 at-bats so far, 6 hits, 2 doubles, and 2 RBIs with a homer on the road as we are set for baseball. Glad you could be a part of this one. Spencer Tangway here with you to call it. It is what looked to be a risky day for baseball. I'm being told the weather has actually just moved south of the vibrant Rose City. Port Colborne just getting slammed right now with rain, heavy winds. Welland, as we get set for the opening pitch, 26 degrees, jumped up a few degrees, partly cloudy. Opening pitch inside by Corrente, and it's ball 1. Glad you could be a part of this one. Jackfish trying to rebound after what was a rough weekend, of course. A couple of losses. As there's a pitch down the middle for a strike, even things up at 1. Defensive side for the Jackfish, they've made some changes late just before the ball game. As there's a chopper that just went off the plate straight up and fouls it away for strike number 2. As we take a look at the Jackfish defense this evening. In the field, Marriott's in center and straightaway center. Aaron Dunsmore's in right field. Dennis Day Benning's in left. And in the diamond, Tony Kwan's at first. Robert Mackey playing second. Gowan on third. And Tofflin moves over to short tonight, with Andrew Mercier behind the plate. Will catch tonight. So 1-2 with a slight breeze. A lot of fans in attendance once again for a beautiful evening of baseball, and it's our first Thirsty Thursday of the season. As there's a shot to Tofflin, just over the head as Tofflin was reaching for that one. The 6'4" Tofflin unable to make the grab, but it just went over the glove. And it's a leadoff single for the Red Sox in today's ball game.
Third baseman, number 19, Matthew Polarchuk.
So now that brings up Matthew Polarchuk. The Red Sox at home last night, they looked like they were going to take the London Majors quite a while. It was the 7th inning when the Majors finally got on the board. They put up 5 in that inning, and the Majors ended up winning the ball game 7-2 yesterday at Arnold Anderson. There's a chopper in there for out number 1. The runner advances from first to second, as it was just a dribbler in the infield, unable to make the double play. And now the Red Sox have a runner on second with 2 outs. 1 out for the Red Sox, as that brings up the third batter in Gianfranco Morello. Corrente in in Brantford, rather. Lots of strikeouts to his name. Was able to control the strike zone. And they go to him again. It was actually supposed to be Bowato. But an injury took him out of the ball game. And that moves Corrente into to pitch tonight's game. So here's the pitch. Gets through the legs of the third baseman of Gowan. The throw to the plate. Well off, and the Red Sox have opened the scoring. So Fishbaum comes home to score, and the Red Sox have the early 1-0 lead.
Designated hitter number 32, Liam Sutherland.
Just a little blooper that went right between the legs of Todd Gowan. And this is something the Jackfish, of course, looking to clean up after last weekend. You look at all the defensive errors. And that one right between the legs, that scores in Fishbaum. So it's a 1-0 lead. Now Corrente. Pitch misses high and away outside. The dust in the infield now blowing as the wind picks up here in the Rose City. Heavy, strong wind in today's ball game. It was blowing heavily to deep right field as the runner goes. The throw for Mercier, just outside, no good. And that'll be a stolen base for the Red Sox, and now they have a runner in scoring position once again. And it's a one-out situation, 2-0 the count. The Jackfish here in a little bit of a bind in the top half of the first. One away, 1-0 already for the Sox. This is only the second meeting this season, but the sixth meeting between these two teams in the Jackfish history. The Jackfish have won all 5. 4 in 2019. And of course the 7-2 victory last Friday night in Brantford. 2-1 the count, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away with a runner in scoring position. He steps off. Also, of course, if you haven't heard, terrible news in Barrie today with a tornado, high winds, and devastating losses from, a lot of tragedy in Barrie, rather. And once again, it's a hit for the Red Sox, and that'll move the runner to third. A lot of damage to homes. There's been reports of flipped cars, a lot of people stranded that are unable to get out. As we do wish our best thoughts to the Barrie area. So the runner's on the corners now for the Red Sox.
27, Nick Burdett.
And that brings up Nick Burdett, the first baseman, in the 5 spot here for the Red Sox. Brantford out and running here early. Runners on the corner for the Sox. Corrente grabs his first pitch, swung on, and fouls it away.
Everybody clap your hands.
Corrente, as mentioned, was fantastic in Brantford in the 4 innings work he pitched. Bowato went 5. Corrente came in to pitch 4. And now here's the 0-1. Pitch inside. Tried to sell it for a strike. Misses inside and high. 1-1. So the 1-1 to Burdett. Burdett batting 143 so far this year for the Sox. Has just 1 hit at 7 plate appearances. This will cash in a run, though. They'll get Burdett out. The runner from first will move to second. But just like that, the Red Sox have a 2-0 lead.
Catcher number 18, Colton Fountain.
So not a start the Jackfish were looking for. Here's Colton Fountain, the catcher. First pitch takes it bottom of the strike zone for strike number 1. It is an early 2-0 lead for the Sox. Runner only on second base now. There's a shot that gets down the third base line. will hold him at first, but that will be an RBI for the catcher, Colton Fountain. And the Sox came ready to play today. It's 3-0 for the Brantford Red Sox. 3-0 Brantford. Just a pretty much pitcher-perfect road start for the visiting Brantford Red Sox. Come in, silence the crowd early. As this is Spencer Voisin, the right fielder. As they go through the order almost here in the top half of the first. This is the 7th batter of the inning against Carente. Carente, very passionate player, been in this league a long time. Was named to the 2nd IBL All-Star team in 2016 as a part of the Burlington Herd. Actually, a pitcher, not often you hear, gone through 2 Tommy John surgeries, still pitching and playing the game he loves. The lefty for the Jackfish gets him swinging for a strike. A lot of movement on his pitches when he's able to control the zone, of course, is with the double Tommy John. It's hard to get his velocity back to where you'd like it to be. So 3 runs come across the plate for the Red Sox here in the top half of the first. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 called. And Mercier jumping towards the dugout before the home plate umpire Jeff Rose even signals. 3 come across the plate. They leave 1 aboard. It's 3-0 Sox. We'll go to the bottom half when we come back.
That's the first inning of one on Jackfish base. Cash prize. The draw will take place.
Bottom half of the first we go. Glad you could be a part of this one. Wherever you're watching from, it's the Red Sox who came ready to play. They jumped out to that early 3-0 lead. They put up 3 through 7 batters in the top half of the first inning. The Jackfish penalized with 1 error against Todd Gowan on the top half of the first inning, rather. So 1 error against the Jackfish, 3 runs for the Brantford Red Sox. As we take a look at our starting lineup today, and we see our top half of the order. Eric Marriott will start things off playing center field. Tony Kwan, the first baseman, will bat second. Then it'll be Dane Tofflin, the big bat for the Jackfish. Tofflin having a great start to the season. So the Jackfish down by 3. Not a way you want to start a ball game on a thirsty Thursday.
Number 9, Eric Marriott.
So this is the lefty Eric Marriott starting things off for the Jackfish. A couple of changes to the lineup, of course. Late changes, but we try to bring you up to date as best we can for the broadcast. And just like that, first pitch of the ball game for Kyle Lev strikes Eric Marriott, and the Jackfish have Marriott aboard. You look back at the Jackfish road game against the Sox.
Baseman, number 11,
And it was the
Tony
Jackfish,
Kwan.
Rich Carente, who hit 4 batters. Cole Fountain hit twice by Carente. This time it's the Red Sox opening the inning, hitting Marriott. It looked to be low in the other ankle or foot area. So Tony Kwan shows bunt. That pitch once again wild. Nowhere near the strike zone, gets away. And now the Jackfish have a runner in scoring position, just 2 pitches in. So runner on second for the Jackfish is Eric Marriott. Tony Kwan, first pitch rather, ball 1, well outside the zone. It'll be Marriott, Kwan, and Toughlin, the first 3, followed by Hildebrandt, Dunsmore, Gowan, Dave Benning, Mercier, and then Mackey. And that one way inside, Kwan ducking as he's playing dodgeball. Just an absolute mess of a start. Their bats were hot, the pitcher not so hot to start for the Sox tonight. It's a 3-0 lead, but the first 3 pitches, he wants all of them back. There's one outside, misses for ball number 3. Kyle Lev come into the ballgame with a 1.8 ERA, 10 strikeouts though, against the Jackfish last Friday. And that one, 4 balls against Kwan, and now the Jackfish have 2 aboard. And just like that, we're going to see Matt McGovern come out to the mound for a mound visit. We'll pause. Jackfish trying to come back here. It's 3-0 in the bottom half of the first. And now Dane Toughlin from Grand Prairie, Alberta. I know his mother, a frequent watcher of the broadcast. We'll give her a shout out right now. He spent time Indiana State University. This is the 6'4" Dane Toughlin. Nearly made an unbelievable grab in the top half of the first, but even the 6'4" and probably almost 8-foot reach of Toughlin couldn't grab it. Toughlin so far this season batting .545. Has a home run, and that came in Toronto in that tough 18-7 loss on the road to Christie Pitts on Sunday afternoon. He has 2 RBIs, 2 walks, and 6 hits and 11 plate appearances. Strike. So strike 1. It's a 1-1 count now to Toughlin. 1-1 count, nobody out. Runners runners first and second for the Jackfish as Toughlin takes that pitch inside. Toughlin spent time in the Frontier League before joining the Jackfish for the 2021 IBL season. Pitch high and away, 3-1. Sun's starting to peek through the clouds on just looking at left field through the lights and above the scoreboard. Hello, sunshine. Great to see it here. It's a beautiful night for baseball now as it's cooling down, the wind dying down a bit. High fly ball. The catcher Fountain trying to find it, unable to track that down. So it's fouled away for strike number 2. Has a good chuckle with the home plate umpire, Jeff Rose, as he almost spun himself around trying to find that high fly ball that went right above him, basically. So 3-2 as Toughlin stays in this at-bat. 3-2, nobody gone. Runners first and second. Pitch called, strike 3. Late call, but it's strike 3 on the outside corner of the plate. Toughlin looked down like he thought he might be going to first base, but it is a called strike. Toughlin gets retired on a looking strikeout. So now the DH. And number 39, Matt Hildebrand.
The designated hitter, number 39, Matt Hildebrand.
Hildebrand has to back off the plate as that pitch is inside and nearly hits him. Lev really struggling here. The crowd in Welland, or maybe the air, really starting to get to him as that pitch once again well off the strike zone. It's a 1-0 count. Runner still on first and second for the Fish. Good movement on that pitch, able to bring it from the outside to catch the corner of the strike zone for strike number 1. The IBL, of course, all about pitching, and you see games like the London Majors and the Brantford Red Sox yesterday. Moore for the Red Sox went 6, got taken out of the game in the 6th, had a 1-0 lead. After 6 complete, the next pitcher in the ball game gives up 5, and now the Majors jump out to a 5-1 lead. 1-2 count, 1 away. Runners first and second, though, for the Jackfish here. 1 in scoring position, of course. Off the end of the bat, it's a chopper. They go to second. The play for double in time, and the Red Sox turn the double play to end the inning. The Jackfish leave 2 aboard as they hit into the double play to end the bottom half of the first. They put up nothing. 3-0 Red Sox at the end of 1. You're listening and watching the Jackfish Baseball on YouTube and the Jackfish Radio Network. News Talk 610 CKTV. This inning of Jackfish Baseball proudly presented by Niagara College Canada. Visit them online, niagaracollegecanada.ca, as we thank them for their support of the IBL and Jackfish Baseball. As we get set, the Red Sox put up 3 in the top half of the first inning, rather. And this is the 8th hitter in the lineup, Michael DeLuca, starting things off for the Sox here in the bottom half of the first, as Rich Carente opened things up with a strike. Carente, in 2019, had an ERA of 7.58, gave up 11 doubles, something he wants to obviously cut down. And you speak to him, he just loves to be at the ballpark. Always willing to give back, be a part of kids' camps. Carente been in this IBL and the Burlington and the Jackfish franchise for a long time. Loves the IBL and loves being a part of the game. Here's the 0-2. Just a dribbler off the end of the bat to the third base coach for the Sox. The count 0-2 to DeLuca, the center fielder this evening. Here's the 0-2. Gets him inside for Carente's first strikeout of the ball game. The Jackfish, of course, in the top half of the first, gave up that one error to Todd Gowan that started the ball rolling for the Red Sox. They were able to cash in on that, and they were able to put up 3 in the top half of the first.
No one's doing the W, the wings. Ryan, message from Brent. No one's doing the W for the wings.
Here's the shortstop now in Zach Lamprey. And the bottom of the order for the Red Sox tonight It'll be Lempreya, followed by the leadoff man Fishbaum, and then Pilarchuk. And the pitch gets away from Corrente and hits Lempreya, and he's aboard.
The left fielder, Jesse Fishbaum.
So back to the top of the order, and this is Jesse Fishbaum making his second plate appearance this evening against Corrente. Fishbaum batting .225 in 2019. It's so weird saying 2019 and not last season, of course. There's a pitch that misses outside with a fastball. Fishbaum this season in only the 2 games batting .125. He's got 1 hit, 1 run in his 8 plate appearances. He struck out twice so far this season. He's got a runner on first, though, this time, and once again, it's like a replay of the first pitch. Just misses outside again, and that's 2-0 now the count. So 2-0. Mercier catching, as Mike Blanque, the catcher for the Jackfish, has been taken off the active roster, as he has gone home for personal reasons. So Mercier slides into the catcher role, as the Jackfish, of course, you look at their infield and look at their lineup, they have a lot of players that can play anywhere in the diamond, as you'll see it today. Gowan at third. Tofflin moves over to shortstop. Mackey playing second. And then at first is Tony Kwan. A completely different infield from the weekend. And that'll be a 4-ball walk for Fishbaum. And now, once again, the Red Sox have runners at first and second. So here is Pilarchuk for the Red Sox. Pilarchuk, the infielder from Oakville. Young Red Sox team this season. Pilarchuk just born in 1996. Just the middle 20s. So that's something about the IBL a lot of fans might not realize. There's players that have played a lot of college pro experience. As there's a ground ball, chance for 2. They go to second, they get him. The throw in time. Yes, it is, and the Jackfish have recorded the double play. First one at the pond this season. You're watching Jackfish baseball. The Red Sox put up nothing in the top half of the second. We go to the bottom next, right here from the pond. Bottom of the second, the Jackfish will lead things off with Aaron Dunsmore, and then Todd Gowan, and then Dennis Day Benning are due up in the bottom half of the second. 3-0 Red Sox. If you're just joining us, Red Sox had a great first half of the first. Then they threw themselves into a jam, but the Jackfish hit into a double play and left two men aboard. There's a hard hit shot, but they're able to make the play to first, and Dunsmore's retired for out number 1 here in the second. So Todd Gowan makes his first plate appearance here at the pond in regular season play. He knows that right batter's box well, as of course Todd Gowan, the 2020 and inaugural Home Run Derby champion for the Jackfish. Boy, he's been really impressing people and really impressing Brian Esri as he takes that one inside. So Gowan takes the first pitch high and inside for ball 1. There's a pitch just missing the strike zone outside, ball 2. You know, you look outside here and you can't believe the weather difference just from city to city in the Niagara region. Being told absolutely pouring just 15 minutes from here. There's a chopper. Gowan trying to get there in time, but the throw across the diamond is in time. And once again, the Jackfish a ground out for out number 2. So Dennis Day Benning now, the 7th batter in the order for the Jackfish here, bottom half of the second. 2 outs though. And here is Dennis Day Benning, takes the first pitch outside. Now the 1-0 with 2 outs rather. Good curveball that catches the corner. Strike number 1. It's 1-1. Good movement from Kyle Levnow as he seems to have settled down since the opening kind of disastrous first inning for him. He was able to put a lot of pitches way around the strike zone, but the defense bails him out, and the Jackfish still have nothing on the board to show for it. Dave Benning batting .500 for the Jackfish in his 4 at-bats. 2 hits in his 4 plate appearances. And strike 3 called. Strike 3 called, and the Jackfish 3 up, 3 down in the bottom half of the second. You're watching Jackfish Baseball on YouTube, the home of Jackfish Baseball.
As Elliot Price has the call, visit welcomejackfish.com for a full...
Top half of the third we go, and the Jackfish find themselves down 3-0 to the Brantford Red Sox. This is the 6th time these two clubs have met since the Jackfish have stepped onto the beautiful Welland Stadium grass. The Jackfish have won all 5 meetings, but so far the Red Sox have the early 3-0 lead. You look at the Jackfish schedule and you look at the IBL schedule and you see a lot of back-to-back 3-3. The Jackfish were actually slated to play 4-4 to start the season. And that is the IBL, of course. They don't play during the week as a lot of players work.
Leading off
And
the
you
third
know, you
inning.
get to know a lot of players, and you get to realize their day-to-day lives. The Jackfish, a teacher on the lineup. They have an insurance broker, a police officer. So these players working full-time and playing the game they love, and that's what makes this league so great. A lot of athletes, of course, being able to manage their day-to-day lives and give back to their community. And they're able to come here and you talk to them and you talk about their stories of, you know, playing for the Jackfish or playing for the Red Sox, playing in the IBL as a whole. There's a chopper that just bounces to the right of the first bag for a foul. Nobody out. The count 1-1. Pop foul. And that'll go behind home plate here at Welland Stadium. We talked about, of course, tomorrow, the Jackfish and Ontario moving into Phase 3 of the COVID reopening plan, which will see COVID protocols and ticket information changes. There's a hit. That gets taken away. No, it doesn't. Everyone thought he was out, but it's called a double. So they're saying it took a hop right in front of the center fielder for the Jackfish, Eric Marriott. Tough to call from way out here behind home plate, but he sold it well. It got us here in the broadcast booth. But the first base, Keith McConkey, quick to say no, that took a bounce. And the Red Sox have a leadoff double. So 3-0 Red Sox with a runner in scoring position now for the Sox. Carente right down the middle though for a strike, trying to bounce back. So runner on second. Carente trying to climb himself out and the Jackfish out of this jam here in the top half of the third. Pitch down on the way inside. This is the DH for the Red Sox tonight, Liam Sutherland. Carente against Sutherland, and Sutherland just steps away as that pitch well outside. Sutherland from Stony Creek, another youngster born in 1997. You take a look at the Red Sox lineup. Young talent on the Brantford lineup this season. A lot of local guys, which is good to see. Sutherland from Stony Creek, a couple from Oakville. Right around the Brantford area, as that's ball 3. Morella on second after that double that we thought was an out. That bounce just in front of Marriott. Now the 3-1. The runner going to third. But that'll be ruled foul. And he'll go back to second. 3-2, nobody gone. Morella goes back to second slowly. Three-two full count to Carente. Here's the deciding pitch with Morella on second. Tried to go to third on the last pitch. There's a shot that diving knocked it down, but unable to make the grab. Now the runner going home. The throw to the plate, not in time. And Morella scores all the way from second. And the Red Sox jump out to a 4-0 lead. Jackfish really trying to get out of this funk. As the last 2 baseball games the Jackfish played, of course, they've given up 34 runs. And now they have 4 against them already here in the top half of the third. Of course, the IBL season so short and so compacted, you have to be able to find a way to regroup, get that out of your head and bounce back. And right now, it seems to be bothering the Jackfish, as that's 4-0 now for the Brantford Red Sox here in tonight's ball game. Sutherland, the runner on first base, as he's been credited with the RBI, which brought home Morella all the way from second. So Corrente now goes against the left-hander in Nick Burdett. Time is called by Burdett as he steps out of the batter's box. Nobody gone here in the top half of the third inning. It's a 4-0 Brantford lead. Here's the pitch from Corrente in the dirt. Mercier, the throw, not going to. And he'll move over to second on the wild pitch. Jackfish just not clicking so far. Only that lone win of the season against the Brantford Red Sox, 7-2 in the opener. Third base line, is it fair? Foul. That just narrowly missed, just outside the line down the third base side. So that'll bring back Burdett to the plate. So 1-1 the count. Burdett will step in to face Corrente once again. That just missed. Jackfish get lucky as that'll send Sutherland back to second. Sutherland with a pretty good lead behind Corrente. Here's the offering. High in the air, shallow left field. Benning makes the grab, and that'll just keep the runners where they are. So the first out of the inning is recorded by Dave Benning on the high fly ball, the shallow left. So a one-out situation, which will bring up Colton Fountain, the catcher. Runner going. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. The throw across the diamond to first. In time, able to keep his foot on the bag for out number 2. Sutherland slides over to third now in scoring position. 2-out situation, though, here for the Sox. And here is the right fielder of Spencer Voisin. Voisin to face Corrente, runner on third. Struck out last time to the plate. It's a 4-0 Sox lead. Corrente just missing outside for ball number 1. So the 1-0 offering on the way from Corrente. It's a fastball down the middle. Mercier makes Sutherland slide back to third. Just stepping as Mercier looking, saying, "You're not coming here." 1-1, 2 gone. Sutherland third with a very dirty Sox jersey now. That's fouled into the crowd, right into the dock area, just over the safety netting. Nobody hurt, nobody struck by that ball as it actually hit the dock.
Gathers up that baseball.
And just a tradition here at the pond, Rod Mahood likes to have fun with the crowd, of course, as we've heard fans from Dane City, Waynfleet, and now Ridgeville, as we get through the Niagara Region tour of foul balls. 2-2. 2 is across the board. 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2 balls. Runner on third is Sutherland. Corrente trying to get out of the inning. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right to first. Able to make it, and that will end the half inning. They put up 1. They jump out to a 4-0 lead. The Sox on top by 4. You're watching Jackfish Baseball on YouTube or listening on Niagara's News Talk, 610 CKTB. It is 4-0 Brantford through 2.5. We go to the bottom half of the third as we take a look right now at the schedule for the Jackfish and the Red Sox. Those two teams will meet once again on Thursday, July 29th, right back here at Welland Stadium in the Pond, Thursday. The next meeting between the Jackfish and the Red Sox. The Red Sox, a really tough start, of course, as 3 of their opening 6 games postponed due to rain. As the Jackfish opened their season up, as did Welland in Brantford for a 7-2 win for the Jackfish. And then it was Brantford losing at home once again, 7-2 as well, against the London Majors. So Andrew Mercier will start things off for the Jackfish here in the bottom half of the third. Here's the first offering. Holds his swing, but it's a called strike regardless, 0-1. Mercier, it's a pop fly, the third baseman, and now the shortstop running after it, diving, and is able to make the grab. Zach Lamprey, a huge diving grab, calling that away from the third baseman of Matthew Pilarcha. What a grab from Lamprey.
Jackfish second baseman number 3.
Give credit where credit is due, is Lamprey. Good speed and good vision for the opening out of the bottom half of the third. Here's Robert Mackey, and this is the 9th spot in the bottom of the order for the Fish. So Lev getting really good defense so far tonight. Now picks the corner of the strike zone, top inside corner, strike 1. 1 out. After that absolute robbery from Lamprey. Here's the 0-1. Beautiful movement inside, strike number 2. Lev really threw some heat against the Jackfish at Arnold Anderson. Now he's showing the little movement. Here's the 0-2. Sounds like a broken bat, drops it right away. He's got speed. Mackey, the throw to first in time, and the Jackfish not having any luck. Called out on the ground out, broken bat, chopper to short. Good speed by Mackey, just not enough. So now 2 outs for the Jackfish. Unable to get the bats going here so far in tonight's ball game. 4-0 Sox. And here's Eric Marriott. Got to start somewhere, and Marriott will lead things off now. Back to the top of the order. 2-out situation for the Fish against Lev. Downstairs inside for the opening ball. Jackfish back at home this Saturday afternoon as they take on the Barrie Bakecats. First meeting between the two clubs. It'll be right here on the YouTube channel, of course. And the next radio broadcast Sunday afternoon in Kitchener as the Jackfish will take on the Kitchener Panthers. Tough break, of course, for Kitchener in the IBL, as with their region not being in Phase 2 when the IBL started, they had to wait a couple weeks to play and get in their first ball game. They'll get that and accomplish that this weekend. Jackfish will be there on Sunday afternoon at Jack Couch Park. Right down the middle, 3-0. Pitch is a strike to make the count 3-1. 3-1, 2 gone. Nobody aboard for the Jackfish. 3-1 to Marriott downstairs. And he'll take his base. Second time tonight he walks. So Tony Kwan will come up to bat with Marriott aboard after the walk. Here is Tony Kwan, the righty. Just a couple steps off the bag as he jumps into the bigger league now. Good pitch again. Gets the righties looking. It looks like it's going to be inside. And even Kwan had to step away and move his shoulder. But it just slides every time inside and catches that inside corner. Good movement on the curveball from Kyle Lev. Here's the offering. Fastball now down the middle for strike number 2. Kwan fall behind. 0-2 in the count. 2 outs. Lev, we know he has the power. The 10 strikeout performance out of Arnold Anderson. Only gave up 4 hits. That fastball he wanted as he was already leaving the mound, but it's upstairs. Called ball. 1-2. He went 5 in the last time these two teams met. So it's a pretty good leadoff now. 1-2, 2 gone. Runner going. Gets it off the end of the bat. Kwan, is he there in time? Yes, he is. Keeps the inning alive. Needed to hurry as the shortstop bumbled it for the Sox. And Tony Kwan's aboard. So we'll see if they credit that as a hit or an error. As Kwan's able to get there in time to keep the inning alive. And now, with a 2-out situation, runners first and second. So the official scorer, Curtis Person, calls it a hit. And the Jackfish now 2 runners on, 2 outs though. And now make it all aboard. Ozzy Osbourne all aboard, hits him on the first pitch, doesn't want to pitch to him. Tofflin gets hit in the left arm. And that brings up Hildebrandt with the bases loaded. This would excite the crowd. The lefty can easily get the fans back into this one and tie the ball game with one swing of the bat. It's great to see those kids dead straight away center. Trying to find Easter eggs out there, and now they move to right field for Hildebrandt. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back behind the press box. Bases loaded. The Jackfish could use some medicine. Use a hit here. 2-out situation, though. Bases loaded for Hildebrandt. Outside, 1-1. Hildebrandt at the plate. Bases loaded for the first time this evening for the Jackfish. It's a 2-out situation here in the bottom half of the third. Once again, that pitch seeming to work a lot better against the righties. Tries to curl it inside. Misses outside. 2-1. Here's the 2-1 offering with 2 gone. Inside now. Moving Hildebrandt, and the Jackfish are a ball away from being on the board. Hildebrandt, 3-1 count. 2 gone. Bases juiced for the Jackfish with 2 away. In the bottom half of the third, the fans itching for a Jackfish to touch home plate. Here's the 3-1. Outside, Jackfish on the board. It's a 4-1 ball game. So the base is still loaded now as Kyle Lev will take some time here and speak with his catcher in Colton Fountain. But the Jackfish base is loaded still. Good to see the momentum and the fan edge start to climb a little bit as the volume at the pond gets a little bit louder. Of course, the Jackfish desperately need a little bit of life back in this place after the majors just took it right out on Saturday afternoon. There's a shot to left. It's a high fly ball. The left fielder backpedaling under it for the grab. But the Jackfish get some excitement back here in the inning. 1 run comes across the plate. They leave 3 aboard. It's 4-1 through 3 complete. We'll go to the 4th. You're watching Jackfish Baseball on the Jackfish YouTube channel.
Leading off the fourth inning for the Red Sox, center fielder Michael DeLuca.
Michael DeLuca will lead things off here for the Red Sox. It is a 4-1 lead for Brantford. Jackfish able to get on the board in the bottom half of the third, able to load the bases. It looked like a more lively and enthused Jackfish lineup in that bottom half of the third. Here is Carente. Misses inside and low. 1-1. Now the 1-1 offering. It's a good shot deep to left. Able to make the grab, though. The left fielder leaping in the air is Dennis Day Benning. Just a hard shot off the bat of the Red Sox, but it's taken away by Day Benning.
Shortstop, Zach Zamprea.
So Zach Lamprey. Great defensive play in the top half of the third, bottom half of the third rather, for Lamprey. One of the smaller batters in this Red Sox lineup, a young guy, Lamprey. Bright future, of course. What a defensive play, though, he put on in the third. Able to dive on the run, take away a hit from the Jackfish. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball to short. On the run, the throw to first. In time, out number 2. Jackfish have a little bit of life. Good little defensive play. Hildebrand on the run to Kwan. Carente now will face the top of the order. Here is Jesse Fishbaum. Temperature dipping down a little bit here in Welland. It's the breeze that looks straight away center. The flag still blowing out of the ballpark. Batting practice today. Wild to see some routine fly balls carry the fence. Fishbaum. There's a deep shot to left once again. Dave Benning. Not going to matter, though, as that one clears the wall. Home run recorded for the Sox. It's Jesse Fishbaum. We just talk about the wind. Call me the devil's advocate right there. Home run for the Sox. It's a 5-1 lead on the solo shot off the bat of the left fielder, Jesse Fishbaum. What a swing. Just a smooth swing from the left fielder. And a right-handed batter for the Sox, the leadoff man. It's something about this park that visiting teams seem to find a way to hit the ball out of the park. The Jackfish in 2019 only able to put 2 out of the ballpark. And now you total it up, you count the visiting team's home runs, and that is 13 for the visiting team, 15 out of the park. The Majors hit 3 out of the park on Saturday afternoon in their 16-3 decisive win over the Jackfish. There's a shot, good block from the third baseman. The throw, high, but it's in time to retire the third out. 5-1 Red Sox. They put a solo run on the board from a solo blast from Jesse Fishbaum. Jackfish need an answer. It's 5-1. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth next. You're watching Jackfish Baseball right here at the home of Jackfish Baseball. Here we go in the bottom half of the fourth inning. The Jackfish trail by 4. So it's fitting number 44, Todd Gowan. We'll start things off, and Gowan's known for the home run ball. Of course, the home run derby champion for the Jackfish. And they pitch him outside. Good pitching so far from Kyle Lev after his disastrous, we thought, first inning, but the defense able to bail him out. Sent a couple wild pitches, rather. 2 way inside, 2 way outside. Inside, 2-0. The Jackfish will lead things off with Todd Gowan. That'll be Dennis Day Benning, followed by Andrew Mercier in the bottom half here in the fourth, for the Jackfish. 2-0. Swing strike for Gowan. 2-1 as Gowan's fooled by the fastball from Lev. 2-1 the count. Lev grabs his side. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball way outside. The catcher Fountain able to snag that one. Here is the 3-1. Called strike, just catches the corner, just over the outside part of the plate. 3-2. Full count now to Gowan. Jackfish love to get the runner aboard here, the leadoff man, Todd Gowan. Here's the deciding pitch. Fouled it away, keeps the at-bat alive. Good work and a good swing by Gowan, just a little bit late. Able to get a piece of that 3-2 pitch. We'll bring up the 7th pitch at the at-bat. Here is pitch number 7. It's a full count. There's the pitch. Fouls it away. Just gets a nick of it. 3-2. We'll extend the at-bat for the Jackfish and Gowan. Dave Benning warming up in the batter's circle. Here is pitch number 8. 3-2. An 8-pitch at-bat for Kyle Lev against Todd Gowan. Here's the 3-2 offering. Outside. And after 8 pitches, Gowan's aboard on the leadoff walk. So for the 3rd straight inning, the Jackfish have a runner aboard. And now it'll be Dave Benning to face the righty and Kyle Lev, this time with Gowan aboard on first. Downstairs, gets in the dirt, spins around Fountain. But that'll keep that'll keep Gowan at first. Dave Benning will step out of the batter's box, regroup.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on, yeah.
Here's the 1-0. Gowan, the leadoff at first, in the dirt once again. Back-to-back pitches in the dirt. Flashback of the first for Lev. Now the 2-0. Lev checks his signal, likes it, fouls it away back into the parking lot here at Welland Stadium. A couple of fans that were in center right now moved over to left field trying to catch a home run ball off the bat of Dennis Day Benning. Seems every time I talk about home runs, the visiting team finds a way to hit one. The Jackfish may be able to do that and find the magic here for the home side. 3-1 outside. It was an 8-pitch opening walk for Kyle Lev. Now he's down to the count, 3-1. And now he walks another batter, second straight batter of the inning. And the Jackfish have a runner on first and second. So a good start, which brings up Andrew Mercier in the bottom half of the fourth. Runner first and second for the Fish.
Number 26, Andrew Mercier.
And one of the more personable characters on the team, Andrew Mercier. as he goes through his pre-ritual bat routine. Just always a friendly face around the ballpark. And Andrew Mercier. Here's the first pitch. Had to basically swallow that pitch with his stomach, the catcher Fountain, as it fooled him on the breaking ball. 1-0. Swinging strike, throws him off balance. So he put all his weight into that one on the 1-0. Now it's 1-1. 1-1. Runners on first and second for the Jackfish here in the bottom half of the fourth. Mercier steps out of the batter's box. Now he goes back in. Set to go. Lev grabs his side. Here's the offering on the 1-1. Fastball catches the inside part of the plate for strike number 2. 1-2. Catches a part of the inside corner of the plate. Now the 1-2. Swinging strike, and he knew he got fooled on that one, but he's really upset about that second strike call. And now we go to the bottom of the order for the Jackfish and Robert Mackey.
The second baseman, number 3, Robert Mackey.
So 1 out. Still runners aboard for the Jackfish, first and second. Mackey will go to work against Lev. Starts with walks, needs something. There's a high fly ball, shallow center. The right fielder moves in. He makes the catch, and that'll retire Mackey. And we'll go back to the top of the order for Marriott, but 2 gone, with runners still first and second for the Jackfish.
Center fielder, number 9, Eric Marriott.
You know the feeling where you could just get the bats. It's on the tip of your tongue. You want to say it. You can hit him in batting practice. The Jackfish trying to find some huge hits, some timely hits. Just haven't been able to do that this season. Here's another opportunity for the Jackfish as time is called. Runner first and second. They trail by 4. It's a 5-1 Sox lead. The Brantford Red Sox looking to do something they haven't done, and that is beat the Jackfish so far. Hits him, and that will load the bases. So, for the second straight inning, Kyle Lev hits a batter and loads the bases. So Tony Kwan, the first baseman, batting in the second spot tonight, will step in to see the bases loaded for the Fish.
First baseman, number 11, Tony.
We talk about those timely hits. What a better time. No better time than now, rather. 5-1. You trail by 4. Bases loaded. We're almost halfway through the ball game. You got to get the barrel on the ball in a situation like this. Lights, of course, shining now as this is the first night game at home for the Jackfish this season. Last Thursday's rained out against Hamilton as he swings, and that one will go into the berm. Fouled it away, 0-2.
A youngster from Caister Center comes up with that ball.
Ridgeville in the second, Caister Center in the fourth. Might end up in Shirkston in the seventh. 0-2 gone. Bases loaded for the Fish. Just misses outside. Had everyone holding their breath on that one, but we will see another pitch. 1-2, 2 outs. Here is the offering. Huge hit. High fly ball. Chasing deep. Will it get out of here? Yes, it will. A grand slam for the Jackfish. All of a sudden, it's 5-5. A timely hit, a timely blast, even here at the pond.
Fans, get on your feet for Tony Kwan.
Tony Kwan, welcome to Jackfish Baseball. A huge 3. Clears the bases, 4-run blast. His first grand slam and first home run in a Jackfish uniform. You knew it was brewing. The Jackfish knew they had the bats this season, and finally you get to see it at home. Game number 4, the Jackfish hit their first home run. It's a grand slam, clears the bases, and we're tied at 5.
Number 23, Dane Toughlin.
So Dane Toughlin, league leading, a .545 batting average. Huge hit. And a huge bat for Toughlin at the plate now. Can remember his triple that went right off the W at straightaway center last Saturday. And now he gets a chance. After that, got the crowd right back into it, 5-5. Even the players of the softball field heard that one and are making their way over to watch the ball game.
Everybody clap your hands.
Well, if that doesn't get your blood pumping, I don't know what does here in the Rose City. Outside, 2-1. Junior Canadian's not playing. No minor lacrosse on. Minor baseball, couple games they're wrapping up. They're all coming to the pond. 5-5 baseball from Welland. Here's the 2-1, 2 outs. There's a shot to the gap. Get out! Just off the wall. Again, back-to-back times here at the pond. Toughlin puts it off the wall, and the bats are starting to crack. Jackfish finding their bats here at home. A huge hit from Toughlin, the shortstop tonight. Just an athlete, Dane Toughlin, making his mama proud. It's a 2-out situation now for Hildebrand. This is the part of the order where the Jackfish know they can put the ball in the field. Takes that one inside. Lev trying to settle down. He gives up a 4-run grand slam to Tony Kwan. And now we'll face Hildebrand. .55 ball game. You look away from 1 second. There's the shot, goes right over the head of Lev. That'll go. That could bring home a run. He's being waved around. The Jackfish being down 5-1 take the lead. And now put up 5 here in the 4th. It's a 6-5 lead for the Jackfish. Maybe it's just the green uniforms. St. Paddy's Day in the summer. Make it every night. Jackfish need to wear green more often as they cash in 5 here in the 4th.
Aaron Dunsmore.
And now you go to Aaron Dunsmore, who arguably has one of the best swings in the IBL. Dunsmore, a big hitter for this team, as they'll go to the mound for a pitcher's visit. So 5 runs for the Jackfish here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. You look away, like we mentioned, for 1 second. Look at your phone at a tweet, a snap, and you miss a crack of the bat that goes deep to left field to tie it up. And now Dunsmore. Hildebrand at first. There's another shot that could get into the gap. The center fielder moving back, and he will make the catch for out number 3. Well, we'll settle down. It's a 6-5 game. Don't go anywhere. 11 runs so far. Jackfish have them, the better half of them. It's 6-5 through 4 complete. You're watching Jackfish Baseball right here on the YouTube channel and the home of Welland Jackfish Baseball.
Ryan's got the mic.
Some of the things you don't see when you're not at the pond and you're trying to watch at home from YouTube or listen on the radio, 610 CKTB, is the base running by the kids. After every fourth inning, this field gets flooded with youngsters. Kids 12 and under, they run the bases. It's a good 3 minutes or so that is fantastic to watch. And tonight, a late straggler just slowly making her way, probably 2 or 3 years old, and the fan rallying behind her. Fans yelling, let her run, as the pitcher's wanting to pitch, but the Jackfish, of course, letting her run. The expressions, the gratitude, just the excitement at the pond, watching a little girl run the bases. It's so, it just raises your spirits just watching that. It's fantastic to see. An awesome an event that every team should do, of course. A lot of teams do let their fans run the bases as a bunt is laid, and that just trickles foul. The Red Sox came into the fourth inning, had a 5-1 lead, and now they start the fifth down by 1. It's 6-5 for the Fish. So 6-5 Jackfish. Here is the 0-1 from Carente. Good pitch down the middle. Foul tip. It is a strike right into the catcher's glove of Mercier. So now the 0-2. As Bowato gets up in the bullpen. So as I listen to Elliot Price, it's a small broadcast booth here in the Welland Stadium in vibrant Rose City. You get to know the ins and outs. There's no hidden secrets here. Price, just about 3 seats to my right, has been told that Bowato's been cleared to play, and we may see him in tonight's ball game as he gets up to work and throw in the bullpen for the Jackfish. And the Red Sox have a lefty up. We just can't see the number. High fly ball. And he's able to make the play at first for out number 1.
Hitter Liam Sutherland.
So Tony Kwan, who hits the grand slam, probably has his adrenaline running through the roof, had to look to the sky to find that one. And find it, he does. So here's Liam Sutherland, the DH in the cleanup spot for the Red Sox tonight. Carente, the offer, just outside. Carente, of course, known as Fear the Beard. His beard not as outrageous as it's been. There's an inside strike. Catches the corner, 1-1. If you ever get a chance to get up and close with Rich Carente, you'll notice him right away. Beard on point. There's a great swing and a blast that gets over the head of the third baseman for the Jackfish. Todd Gowan leaping, but that was a bullet.
First baseman Nick.
Just a bullet off the bat of Liam Sutherland. What a swing. So Burdett enters with a runner on first. Burdett 0 for 2 in the ball game tonight. One out, runner on first. Carente settles in here. Now the offering from the southpaw, right down the middle, strike 1. The 0-1. Sutherland, that blast down the third base line, right over the glove of Gowan, who had to leap. No way he was making that catch, though, as that ball whizzed on him. He's running. The throw to second. Not in time as he slides and steals the base. So Sutherland gets recorded his second steal tonight. 0-2. A one-out situation for Carente. The runner in scoring position now as he faces Nick Burdett, who's 0 for 2 in the ballgame. And Carente steps off. Didn't like the signal. Mixed signals between the veteran and Andrew Mercier. And now time is called. Be sure to follow the IBL wherever you go. Visit the official website, official stats website, pointstreak.com, IBL.com, pointstreak.com, and stay up to date with everything on the IBL. Of course, Jackfish 22U team in the program back at it on Saturday at home. The 22U, the junior Jackfish, 2-2 on the year. Called strike 3. Caught him looking. And Corrente will take it for out number 2.
Catcher, Colton Fountain.
Of course, the Intercounty Baseball Association 22U division, the Jackfish, brand new to the circuit. Now 2-out situation, runner in scoring position still after the stolen base. Strike down the middle. And the Sox are behind 0-1 in the count. Oh and 1, 2-out situation. Here's the offering. Just misses outside. Tried to go to the exact same corner, just that outside corner of the plate to catch him and make him extend for that pitch. Try to get a ground ball here. Jackfish trying to keep everything out of the air. There's a high fly ball to shallow right field. Able to make the grab though. And they keep their 1-run lead. Jackfish bat next. You're watching Jackfish Baseball right here from the pond.
Now pitching for the Brantford Red Sox, number 10, Adam Jaffine.
The Red Sox make a call to the bullpen. It's kind of ironic, of course, with the Red Sox playing in Brantford, the telephone city. They pick up the phone, they go to the bullpen, and they pull up Adam Jaffine. So Kyle Lev's night is over. Had a great opening first four, rather, and then the bottom of the fourth came, and the Jackfish put up 5 on him. So Adam Jaffine, the new pitcher. When we come back, you're watching Jackfish Baseball right here on the YouTube channel of the official home of the Jackfish IBL Intercounty Baseball League team from the pond.
Fifth inning for your Welland Jackfish, the third baseman, number 44, Todd Gowan.
Well, thanks for joining us, of course, as Thirsty Thursdays. Thirsty Thursdays continue at the pond every Thursday night. $3 beers. Every Thursday night, be sure to try Newark Brewing's Pond Water. Pond Water Lager right here, the official beer of the Welland Jackfish. Check them out, newarkbrewing.com. So every Thursday night, Thirsty Thursday, it's our first of the regular season. It's a 6-5 Jackfish lead, and the new pitcher into the ball game, Adam Jaffine. The lefty for the Sox throws some heat, but just misses high. One thing about the IBL, of course, there's just not enough stats to be able to compare themselves to the MLB, of course, but one of the stats I'd love to see is the speedometer. Get the speed gun out, kind of highlight these pitchers who are able to throw in the high 80s, low 90s.
Pardon me, Ryan?
I can remember a game last year right here. The Hamilton Cardinals were in town. The closer, can't remember the name off the top of my head. Easily, we thought, upwards in the hundreds. Mitch is inside on the pitch. And he falls behind 2-1 on the count. This is Jaffine's first appearance for the Sox this season. Swing and a miss. Huge cut at that one, but it's a strike 2. So 6 runs recorded will go against Lev, as he will not come back for the bottom half of the 5th. It's Jaffine working against Gowan. 2-2 the count, nobody out. Dave Benning on deck for the Jackfish. Here's the 2-2. Curveball upstairs and outside, 3-2. Three and two. Here is Chopper. It's right to the shortstop. The throw in time to get Gowan for out number 1.
Left fielder number 6, Dennis Dave Banning.
Scary incident today, of course, in Barrie, and you just reaching out. I was speaking with the broadcast partner and the voice of the Barrie Bay Cats, and Ryan Eakin. Does great work for the Bay Cats organization, and you just talking to him. One of his family members' house is actually affected by the terrible tornado that ripped through Barrie, Ontario. You never think you'd say something like that. You think we live in such a, unique situation here in Canada. You never see those things happen very often. You hear about them all around the world, but you never think they'd happen so close to home. And just 2 hours here from the pond, Barrie going through really tough times, as several homes affected. Do anything you can to help out. Or if you don't know, simply check on anyone you know in Barrie. So there's a pitch high and upstairs, 2-1. The Sox fall behind in the count. 1 out, though, as they are able to retire Gowan. This is Dennis Dave Benning. Mercier is on deck with Mackey to follow. Here's the 2-1 with 1 out. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2. The Jackfish, of course, back in action against the Bay Cats from Barrie Saturday afternoon, right here at the pond. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fouled it into the netting behind home plate. Dave Benning able to continue the at-bat. Fouls it away into the netting behind the plate. Here's the 2-2. Now the pitch. Chops it off the end of the bat. Fouls it away into the berm. Every time I look to that right field berm, I can just remember the cornhole tournament that took place last summer. The Jackfish, of course, going ahead with round number 2. And I believe it might be sold out right now. If not, www.wellandjackfish.com. And if you don't know what cornhole is, no, you're not eating corn, not having popcorn. You're throwing bean bags at a hole. If you ever think it sounds so simple, one of the hardest games. I remember playing, we had a pro team, I think, 21-1. At least I got a point. Me and my partner, 1 point in that ball game. Jackfish have 6, and they have the 1-run lead here in tonight's game. Full count, 1 out. Here's the offering. Swing and a miss. Fastball down the middle, gets him for out number 2.
Catcher, number 26, Andrew Mercier.
So now the catcher, Andrew Mercier, will come into the batter's box. Jackfish 2 outs, though. Nobody aboard for Mercier. Here in the bottom half of the 5th, we're almost halfway through the ball game. Here's the offering to Mercier. Upstairs, he lets that one go for ball number 1. Now the 1-0. Mercier, the lefty for the Jackfish, takes that one inside for ball 2. Jaffine able to find the heat when is needed. It's 2-0 now. He falls behind in the count to Mercier. Mackey in the batter's box. Hits him on the hand. Right in the wrist-hand area. And you could see the pain in his face. But he takes it and runs to first base. He speaks with the first base coach in Paul Casey. Seems to be okay. Just a stinger. That'll definitely bruise, of course. Kind of blocked his hands in. Jammed him, and that is right inside. Caught him on the, looked like almost top of the hand. So Mercier at first after being hit in the wrist by the pitch from Jaffine. Here is Mackey. That pitch on the outside of the corner. Misses, strike 1. Just a late swing from Mackey. Mackey, then it's back to the top of the order for Marriott. Flew out his last time at bat. Here's the 0-1. Catches the inside of the plate. Backing off, Mackey off that inside corner of the plate was Jaffine. 0-2. The last time the Jackfish 0-2 with runners on the bases, it was a grand slam to left. This time Mercier at first. In a 2-out situation for Mackey. Looks at first. Here's the offering in the 0-2. High above the strike zone for ball number 1. So 1-2, 2 outs. Mercier's aboard at first. So now the 1-2 delivery. Mercier, not known for stealing, of course, as that pitch had a lot of movement, but missed right from the moment he let it go from his fingers. We'll try to get an update on Mercier as he'll speak with the team physiotherapist and doctor between innings. So he's really favoring his wrist. Hit foul off the end of the bat to the berm, and the kids will chase it. Cue Rod Mahood.
Youngster from Crystal Beach picks up that loose ball.
Crystal Beach. You're getting your Niagara region geography here on the broadcast. Crystal Beach, just about 25 minutes here from the pond. Part of Fort Erie. Rocco's favorite town. Beautiful pitch, a lot of movement on that one. Breaking ball for strike number 3. The Jackfish have a 6-5 lead. Nobody scored in the 5th. We'll go to the 6th. You're watching Jackfish Baseball on the home of Welland Jackfish.
I think we're going to have a bit of a horse race here at the pond today. A couple of youngsters.
The Jackfish now make a call to the bullpen, and they will turn to Chris Bowato, who has been cleared to play. Bowato is actually supposed to start tonight's ball game. What we thought would be a tendon injury is actually cleared to play. And the Jackfish will have Chris Bowato coming to the mound. So we'll step aside. Bowato will warm up. When we return, Chris Bowato will go to the mound for the Jackfish at the top of the 6th.
Right fielder Spencer Vozan.
So Spencer Vozan will lead things off for the Red Sox, who now have to face the lefty and Chris Bowato. Bowato started in Brantford, struck out 8. And then it was Carente. This time they flip-flop. Not a bad call from Brian Esri, knowing that Bowato's available. Jackfish, of course, return to the field Saturday, so they'll see lots of pitchers this weekend, and they go back to the order. This time it's Bowato who will come in relief of Carente. Foul tip, and now 2-1. As I look at the flags in center field, the wind has changed direction now, blowing more of a crosswind. Not as pleasant for the hitters, and not as hitter-friendly as in batting practice. If you were here, you had to see it to believe it. Some easily, we thought, fly balls to shallow were going all the way to the wall, some clearing. So it is a really windy day. Update in Barrie, by the way, they are playing baseball tonight. It's 6-2 Baycats. Full count. Full count for Voisin against Bowato. It'll be DeLuca and then Lamprey. Here's the 3-2. Got him! Caught him looking for the first strikeout for Bowato. And he's off and rolling in this one. Bowato, just the native of Maple, Ontario. One of the younger guys on the program, born in '94. Whereas that would be one of the oldest players in the Brantford Red Sox lineup. Just a few older than him in this year's lineup for the Red Sox. Now here is Bowato, first pitch, up and away. The Red Sox trying to get under his skin a little bit. As now we get the look at the center fielder in Michael DeLuca. Able to jam on the inside corner as he fouls that away, getting just the end of the bat on it. 1 ball, 1 strike, and a 1 out to DeLuca. Here's the offering inside in the dirt. So it'll be a wild pitch that gets away from Mercier. 2-1. Nobody aboard for DeLuca here in the top half of the 6th inning. 5 complete so far if you're just joining us. It's 6-5 Jackfish. Up the middle, over the head. On the run, the throw to first. Not in time. The stretching Tony Kwan able to hit a grand slam, but not able to do the splits and get the out at first. Also, if you're just joining us, ceremonial first pitch tonight. Jamie Campbell. He'll be in London tomorrow for the majors. It's good to see Jamie Campbell. He's a guy that supports baseball, supports communities, and supports this league. One of the best leagues in Canada, best leagues for athletes and baseball players in general. The Intercounty Baseball League, so competitive. And Jamie Campbell likes to highlight it, as does many other baseball figures. But Campbell tonight, pretty good arm. Strike down the middle. So a runner aboard for the Sox here in the top half of the 6th. They trail by 1. Shows bunt, called strike, looks back at first. Mercier trying to gun him down at first, elects not to throw. This is the bottom of the order for the Sox. This is the shortstop, Zach Lamprey, showing bunt. Back to first. Whoa, a lot closer than normal. I'm waiting for the day the Jackfish win the umpire over on that call, because the fans here will erupt. The boos loud and proud. It's a tough spot to be for the umps here in the Rose City. A lot of plays happening at first. Runner going. The throw to second. In time. Got him! And the Jackfish pick him off at second for out number 2. So the stolen base attempt from DeLuca gets rejected. And now the Jackfish have nobody on the bases on them, behind them. And now the Sox come up with nobody aboard, 2 outs, and the count 0-1. Here's the 0-1 offering. Swing and a miss, strike 2. You hit a grand slam and the Jackfish come alive. It's a completely different looking and confident team. Pitches and everything. Defensive plays a lot better. Called strike 3, and Mercier knew it. Leaves the batter's box right before the umpire makes the call. We've played 5.5. We'll go to the bottom half when we return.
Make your next job a home run.
Bottom of the 6th we go, and if you're just joining us, it's been a up and down ride for the Jackfish so far tonight. They gave up 3 in the top half of the first, and the Red Sox looked good going into the third. They had a 4-0 lead, then it was 4-1, make it 5-1 for the Sox, and then the Jackfish, the bottom half of the fourth. Grand slam to take a 6-5 lead, and that's where we sit. 3 straight half innings of shutout ball, and that tips, and that is hit the catcher in an awkward spot, injuring him. As it caught him in a bad spot. And it's not the head. I'm sure you could figure it out where. As the umpire, home plate umpire, Jeff Rose, and the Jackfish batter just taking a second to let him gather his thoughts, as that definitely hurts. That's all we could say about that one. Just an unfortunate tip off the bat of Eric Marriott. So Marriott steps back in now. He showed bunt on the opening pitch here in the bottom of the 6th.
Put the G up if you can. We've got 4 strikeouts, so we're at Wayne.
So Jaffine, here's the pitch to Marriott. It's upstairs for the first ball of the at-bat. 1-1 the count. Fountain seems to be okay as he gets right back set for the 1-1 pitch here from Jaffine. Here's the 1-1 offering. Marriott almost took that one to the shoulder, but turns in time. 2-1. A lot of guys here we've seen not even make an effort to get out of the way. And a lot of the questionable calls that the IBL has been bringing up as if that needs to be ruled hit by pitch, of course, or if they're not even trying to get out of the way. Swing and a miss, as that was a fastball right down Main Street. Just couldn't put a dabber on it and call bingo. 2-2. So here's the 2-2. Nobody out, nobody aboard for Marriott, the leadoff man for the Jackfish. It's a 6-5 game that has brought the fans right back into it here. Outside. No, it's not. Looked outside, and Marriott once again frustrated by that call, but Jeff Rose, the home plate umpire, says no, it's a strike. So how about Tony Kwan? The fans will let him hear it and give him a good round of applause as he's introduced his last at bat, a grand slam to left.
Baseman number 11, Tony Kwan.
Swing and a miss as he tried to go for it again in the opening offering from Jaffine, a fastball down the middle. Risky play from Jaffine, throwing it right down the pipe to the hot bat of Kwan. Now the 0-1 delivery. Off-speed pitch with movement way outside, doesn't catch the corner. 1-1. Ones across the board. Nobody on the bases for the Jackfish here. Here's Tony Kwan. Takes strike 2. It's a 1-2 count now with 1 away. Here is the 1-2 offering. Misses outside. Kwan having a pretty good ball game, that's for sure. A walk, a single, a grand slam. And now 2-2. Definitely a game he'll remember for quite a while. Still not over, though. We're only in the 6th. Able to catch a piece of that one as they throw inside low, but he able to foul it away and keep the at-bat alive.
Another fan, this time from Grimsby, picks that loose ball up.
As Rod Mahood talks about the Peach King Center, Grimsby, Ontario. Big renovations coming to that building. It's a foul ball to Grimsby. 2-2. Kids just waiting on the right field berm. Lots of kids there with gloves. As there's a shot to deep. Get over the head of the center fielder, but it won't. As Tony Kwan, a deep shot to the center field for out number 2. So Michael DeLuca takes that one away from Kwan, but another good swing and a good contact at the plate for Tony Kwan. So Kwan's 4th plate appearance. He walked, he singled, he hit a grand slam, and now he flies out to center field here in the 6th. And that'll bring up Dane Tofflin. Tofflin, the righty, once again. Kwan, was preceded by the lefty of Eric Marriott, and now back-to-back righties. Here is Tofflin. Sets it. It's a ground ball to short. Tofflin on the run, but it's not in time, and they ground out to end the inning. It's another inning of a shutout baseball. It's 6-5. Jackfish still lead by 1. We'll go to the 7th. You're watching Jackfish Baseball from Welland, Ontario. So we go to the 7th. Bewato continues the work for the Jackfish as the game is somewhat settled down on the scoreboard and gave our scorer Curtis Person a break. 2 innings now, back-to-back of shutout baseball, but it has been a 6-5 game if you're just joining us. Bewato will continue to work. He is in relief of Rich Carente. So Carente threw 5, and now Bewato came in the 6th, and he'll work the 7th for the Jackfish. Bunt shown. Good play, though, from the Jackfish and the third baseman, Todd Gowan. He was ready for it, moved way in, and able to get Jesse Fishbaum, the leadoff man for the Red Sox, out at first. So it's a leadoff bunt. As I look again to the right field, I'm not sure if there's a big celebration going on in Welland today or they're just trying to celebrate the Jackfish having a 6-5 lead. But fireworks in right field. Ways in the distance, some fireworks. Not sure if you could see it or not on the camera, but fireworks are always a good sight to see. Brighten the spirit, brighten the mood. That pitch downstairs for the opening ball. This is Matthew Pilarchuk, the third baseman. Will face Bewato for the first time tonight. Fouls it away to the berm. Kids will race after that one. 1-1 with 1 away for Pilarchuk. Of course, these two teams in teams in the IBL will see each other a lot this season. Guelph, of course, not participating, which will only see a 7-team circuit this season, with Kitchener yet to play their first ball game. They'll get that underway this weekend. High and upstairs, 2-2. Pilarchuk batting .250 on the season, the Oakville, Ontario native. Now Bowato to the 25-year-old Pilarchuk outside, 3-2. Pilarchuk, a member of the Guelph Royals for 3 seasons before joining the Brantford Red Sox, also a part of the Burlington Bandits program, which became the Welland Jackfish. 3-2 as he fouls it once again behind the press box into the parking lot here at the stadium. Here's the 3-2. It's a fly ball. The right fielder is going to get into the gap. That'll go to the wall. Pilarchuk rounds first. He'll stay at second, and it'll be at a double for Matthew Pilarchuk and the Sox. A 1-out double has the Sox with a runner in scoring position. So a good swing off the end of the bat. The ball flies all the way to the wall in right center. Dunsmore tried to run it down for the Jackfish, but it was in the gap, unable to get it. So with that, here's John Franco Morella. Has the tying run at second. Haven't scored since the 4th inning. Put up 3 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. And that's where we sit. It's a 6-5 Jackfish lead. Pilarchuk at second. Here's the offering from Bowato. A shot off the end of the bat to left. Dave Benning backpedals. That'll send Pilarchuk back to second as he has to tag up. A beautiful catch from Dave Benning. So it's a fly ball deep to left for out number 2. And now the DH of Liam Sutherland. Sutherland homered in the ball game. 2 outs. Outside. 1-0. 1-0 count. 2 away. The tying run right behind the pitcher of Chris Bowato. Bowato working out in a jam here with the, like I said, tying run on second. Had an excellent performance the last time he played these Brantford Red Sox. The Jackfish only used 2 pitchers in that outing. And the same 2 that have started today's. Just flipped the order. It was Carente tonight, now Bowato. Last week, Bowato, then Carente. Nonetheless, it's 6-5 Jackfish tonight. Here's the 2-0. Behind the count, now the offering. Downstairs, holds up his swing. Misses for a ball, 3-0. Three and 0, 2 outs. Sutherland steps in the DH for the Brantford Red Sox tonight. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle. Strike. 3-1. Good to see the fan section 308, which we call 308. It's almost like an inside joke that everyone seems to know about. It's great kind of character to the pond. A house backs right onto the right field. And he'll take that for ball 4, and he'll go to first base, and the Red Sox will have runners in first and second. Section 308, though, every game you see them out in their lawn chairs. They have a barbecue going, out for batting practice, throws the ball back after every home run, after every ball that clears the fence in batting practice. Just enjoying the game. The family's out there today. It's a view I'd love to actually see and watch a Jackfish game from that right field wall. And actually, the owner and CEO of the team, Ryan Harrison, reached out to them in their house against the Kitchener Panthers last year, found a baseball end up in the tulip garden right out front of their house, cleared the right field wall over their house, which landed in the garden. So the 0-1 now. This is Nick Burdett in the middle of the order for the Sox, the first baseman. He has runners on first and second, tying run at second. Fouled off the end of the bat to left. And now he's ahead of the count, 0-2, Bovada with 2 gone. Temperature dips a little bit cooler here on a brisk summer night here in Welland. As you look at the radars, our producer Brent Colomb, you take a look, Welland Stadium, it's meant for baseball tonight, right in the middle of 2 huge storms. Foul tip, just keeps it alive as Mercier couldn't get a glove on it and get out number 3. 0-2, 2 gone. Runners first and second for the Sox. The tying run, 2 bases away. Burdett trying to cash in here for the Sox. Bovada pitching against them for the Jackfish. Here's the 0-2. Fouled it away again. Mercier unable to grab it once again. Almost an instant replay as Bovada and Mercier have a good laugh with the batter Burdett. Burdett, runners first and second once again. Back-to-back pitches, fouls them right at Andrew Mercier. Here's the offering from Bovada. Inside, misses. And now 1-2. If you're just joining us, glad you could be a part of this one. It's an entertaining ball game tonight. 6-5 Jackfish. As Chris Bovada came in relief of Carente, he works against Burdett, who's got runners first and second for the Sox. He grabs his side. Here's the pitch. It's a high fly ball. The first baseman, Kwan, trying to find it. Stays fair. No, he calls it foul now. The runner had already come around to score. It clearly looked fair. Elliot Price agrees with me, the radio play-by-play voice of the Jackfish. I think the whole Jackfish team agreed with him. Umpire at first base does not, and this time the Jackfish get a favor. We thought it couldn't happen. This time, though, they will not score, as this one goes in favor of the Jackfish, and the Red Sox catch a bad break. From where we are in the broadcast booth, everyone up here thought that one was fair. Shirley looked inside the line. That's where we need a camera down the line, right on that foul pole as the broadcast gets better and better. Give us time. Brent Colomb looks at me like we got 8 heads on. Anything's possible here at the pond. We've had drones fly over the stadiums. We've had cornhole tournaments. Anything can happen. You never know. We might have a GoPro right on that foul line. First base side seems to be the side of controversy here at the pond, night after night. This time goes against the Sox, and now all 3 umpires coming together. I'm not sure how you could call this a fair ball this late, as the play was called dead. So now what happens? Cue the Jeopardy think music. As the umpires tonight, Jeff Rose, Keith McConkey, Ben Mercier, have come together. And now Brian Ezery being called out. I'm not sure what the play here and what the call is. And now they believe they've overturned the call. As the Red Sox dugout comes out and they're all applauding. So they made the call, clearly called it foul, called it dead. The umpires overturn, and just when we thought the Jackfish catch a break, the first base umpire again, looking like the Jackfish are again not winning this call. Although, it was a fair ball. Clear as day, a fair ball. But the umpire on the field has called it foul, which killed the play. It's an interesting situation here in Welland for all the umpire fans and interesting situations that you see come up in the MLB. You want to dissect one. Here's an interesting play for you. As this one will take some time to figure out. It's a high fly ball right over the first base, right on the line that clearly landed in. Everyone knew it was in. Umpire calls foul. It's probably a foot or so inside the line in fair territory. Umpire, though, the first base, Keith McConkey, calls it foul. And now it's almost like he's asking for a gentleman's agreement. And it looks like we may have a 6-6 game. And now the Boo Birds, loud and proud. No official announcement from the PA announcer Rod Mahood as he sits to my right as we both are in shock. Still trying to figure out what is going on. But the board reads 6-6 as the umpire, I believe, has gave the Brantford Red Sox a run. A normal situation, a high fly ball like that, if the umpire doesn't call foul, there's no problem on the play. But the big controversy is how he called foul and killed everyone. Everyone stopped except the base runner coming home from third to home. The Jackfish didn't continue to play. The Red Sox all stopped except the base runner. So now Ricky Piliteri trying to come out and have a word. But it seems like it's not getting any easier for the Jackfish here at home. Every game there seems to be something. And oh boy, the umpires not hearing it. Not hearing the love in the vibrant Rose City tonight. They love their OV in Welland. They're not loving the umps tonight. So 6-6. And if that is not the most interesting run in the IBL this season, I don't know what will top that. A foul ball scores a run, and now the momentum shifts. And talk about turning point. The Red Sox cash in on another RBI, and the umps are not done hearing it about that one. It's 7-6 Brantford. It's a moment that you just shake your head and you try to get over, but you have to keep going back to it. Is how do they score on a called foul dead ball? Interesting. So now 7-6, they've caught two in the second against Bowato. Little chopper across the diamond in time for out number 3. 7-6 with an asterisk maybe. The Red Sox take the lead. We'll take a pause to try to figure out this one. Red Sox up by 1. Welcome back to the pond, and what a half inning. It's a 7-6 lead for the Red Sox. They scored a run on a high fly ball that was called foul. You heard it right. So 7-6, they cash in 2 in the inning.
Leading off the 7th inning for your Jackfish designated hitter, number 39, Matt.
If maybe in the comments, if you could try to find a rule that says that is the proper call on the play after the umpire has ruled the play dead, it would be interesting to see, because everyone, including the Red Sox, were a little shocked at what happened. Runner at second gets credited 2 bases on a dead foul ball. There's a shot that should get down, and it does. The Jackfish will open up the bottom half of the 7th after taking me out to the ball game with a little blooper inside shallow center that gets down in the gap for a leadoff single.
Your right fielder, number 16, Aaron Dunsmore.
So Hildebrandt leadoff single for the Jackfish, which brings up Aaron Dunsmore. Dunsmore takes that one a high, 0 for 3 in the ball game. He has got Hildebrandt to his right, 90 feet away at first. Jackfish trail by 1. The game just over 2 hours old now so far. It's a 7-6 lead for the Sox as Dunsmore caught looking at that one, strike 1. 1-1 the count with Hildebrandt at first. New pitcher to the ball game for the Red Sox, by the way. It's the lefty of Drew Mainprize. The 6-foot, 160-pounder Mainprize comes in relief of Adam Jaffine. So 1-1, the count, nobody out. Mainprize goes against the lefty of Dunsmore. Here's the offering. Pitch that sank towards the strike zone. Just doesn't fall far enough, and now it's 2-1. So a good movement on that pitch from Mainprize. Just doesn't get the Mainprize. Called ball. Now the 2-1. Here's the offering. Off the end of the bat. Foul. And Hildebrandt runs. And now, just like that, Ricky Pilateri thrown from the ball game. What is going on? The fans are on the edge of their seat freaking out as now the umpire and Ricky Pilateri come face to face. Pilateri's been thrown from the ball game, I think before the ball landed in the foul territory of left field. And now all 3 umpires trying to come in and play security. And here comes Paul Casey. So new coach for the Jackfish as Scotty Johnson, I believe, coming to coach first. Casey goes the 3rd. Scotty Nine-Toe Johnson coaching first base. 2-2. What is going on in Welland tonight? Pilateri thrown on just a foul ball. There's a shot that's going to get into the gap. Hildebrandt will stay at second. The runners now first and second for the Jackfish with nobody out. And nobody gets tossed on the play. Producer Brent working on my verbiage. Doesn't like that gap call. Well, there is a gap between the first and the second baseman last time I checked. He calls it a hole, gap, hole. What are we playing, Scrabble? Nevertheless, Jackfish, 2 runners on. Gotta have fun. Jackfish need a little bit of help as the umpires calling foul balls in favor of the Red Sox, throwing out people. Now the 0-1 as he fouled it away. 2 on for the Fish, though. Jackfish, they trail 7-6 in the ball game. Nobody up for the Jackfish as they look down the left field side in the bullpen. That one bounced in the dirt. But a good block from the catcher of Fountain as that one rolled all the way down the third base line, and he was there in case any movement from Hildebrand.
Everybody clap your hands.
As Rene Marco comments on the play, should have been a dead ball, and everyone goes back to second. A lot of kind of theories on this play. The runner wasn't at third, the runner was at second. So how does a foul ball grant 2 bases? You know, referees and umpires, toughest job, no doubt about it, as one of them. You make honest mistakes, but I've never seen free runs given away. I've seen free t-shirts, free hot dogs, even free socks right here at the Jackfish games. But free runs tonight to the Sox. 7-6. There's a shot off the end of the bat. And that'll go right to the left fielder, and that'll hold Hildebrand at second.
Left fielder number 6, Dennis Dave Banning.
Dave Benning steps into the batter's box now. 1 out. Runners first and second, though, in a 7-6 ball game. Jackfish, though, still lots of time in the ball game as it's only the bottom of the 7th. What a great reference from Elliot Price to my right. The radio broadcaster tries to wiggle off the hook. 1-0. Never been to the ball game here at the Pond? Be sure, grab your tickets. Next one, Saturday afternoon. The Jackfish, of course, Thursday nights, Saturday afternoons. The Barrie Baycats in town. So it'd be interesting to talk to some of the Baycats before the game about today's events in Barrie. Just tragedy. It's the best way to say it. And you don't expect tornadoes or anything like that around here. And if you haven't heard, a tornado ripped through Barrie, Ontario. Literally, if you ever looked it up, it'll be on the news, of course, today. Our thoughts with the Barrie Baycats and everyone involved in Barrie today. Such a small world. You never know who you know. So if you know anyone in Barrie, be sure to check in on them. 2-1. So 2-1. Runners first and second behind the pitcher. And here is Dave Benning. Trying to get the life back into the crowd here after it's been ripped right out after a couple of odd plays. That pitch outside. And main prize here finds himself in a hole for the Red Sox. As a couple of pitchers now go to the bullpen for Brantford. 3-1, 1 out. Mercier waits on deck for the Jackfish. Here is the 3-1 offering. Outside high. So the base is loaded for the Jackfish. As I take a look at the comments, Jake Ross, thank you very much. But as a Barrie citizen, you know, I can't even imagine really what you're going through at this moment. From what I understand, only actually lasted 10 to 15 minutes, but 10 to 15 minutes of a tornado is 10 to 15 minutes too long that anyone should ever have to go through. So Mercier steps into the batter's box with the bases loaded. Third time tonight, the Jackfish have the bases loaded. Only 1 out. Here is the big hitter of Andrew Mercier when he connects. Check swing, call it a ball. 1-0. Runners on all 3 bases. There's a hit. foul, and the fans, of course, yell fair. See if the umpires turn and throw at any fans. Jock even pointing fair ball. But called foul, and it is way foul. But you have to expect that's coming every foul ball. Kind of the mess the umpires got themselves in tonight. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded for the Fish. It's a 7-6 ball game. Red Sox got out of the jam in the first. As that's in the dirt. Here comes Hildebrandt. Scores for the Jackfish. Called safe at home. Had to make sure it's a 7-7 game on a wild pitch from Main Prize. So 7-7. Two and one out. Bases were loaded. Now the runners second and third for the Jackfish. Mercier at the dish. Robert Mackey due up, and then it's back to the top of the order for Marriott. 2-1. Here's the 2-1 offering. Inside in the dirt again at his feet. 3-1. Three and one away. Brent Colombe, good observation, helping me out. Infield, way inside. Thinking Mercier's got no power. This is the time. Line drive right over their heads. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss off the end of the bat. Fouled. You know, hitters, they go through times where you're unable to find anything, and a hitter is a hitter regardless. They're able to find, just like a goal scorer in hockey, they go through a lot of dry spells. And here's one that is due for a hit. What a timely at-bat right here. 3-2 count, 1 away. It's a 7-7 ball game on a beautiful Thursday night. Can't ask for a better time to cash in for the Fish. Here's the 3-2 opportunity. Main Prize will go against Mercy. Here's the 3-2. He gets one off the end of the bat. Will it get down? It gets down, but it's in the glove of the left fielder. The throw to the plate. Not in time. The Jackfish score on the sac fly to left and take the lead 8-7. So after being down 7-6 from the foul ball massacre, now it's 8-7 Fish. Eight, 7. 2 outs now, though, for the Jackfish. The lone runner on second. Mercier, the fly out, the sac fly. And now the Red Sox trying to pull something out of the playbook here. They got one on a foul ball. Not sure where they were going there. Trying to say didn't take up a third. But regardless, 8-7. What a ball game. That one in the dirt once again. Dave Benning will hold at second. One and 0. Two-out situation for the Fish. They do have that 1-run lead. In the dirt once again. Main Prize unable to kind of pull it together here, as that's the 4th pitch in the last couple in the dirt. 2-0. Couple of Red Sox up in the bullpen. A righty up for the Jackfish, as it's tough to see who it is here with the location of the bullpens down the right and left field lines here at the stadium. 2-0 count with 2 gone for the Fish. Dave Benning at second. Once again, down low. 3-0. Red Sox, of course, still looking for their first win of the season. It's a tight one here. They've lost 7-2 in both their first two games. 7-2 to the Jackfish on Friday, and then it was the Majors who got them 7-2 yesterday. 3-0 pitch downstairs, no good. Ball 4, and that'll walk Robert Mackey and bring up Eric Marriott. So runners first and second with a 2-out situation, and Main Prize will take a breather. We'll step aside, quick break. It's an 8-7 ball game. You're watching live Jackfish baseball from the pond. Eric Marriott steps in, the lefty for the Jackfish, the leadoff man. Runner first and second. Dave Benning at second. Mackey at first for the Jackfish. Shows bunt. Pulls it back right as the pitch comes. Now the 1-0. Missed outside of the ball from Main Prize. No strikes, 1 ball though, 2 outs. Here is the 1-0 offering from Main Prize. Missing low. Seems to be the tendency for Main Prize in the ball game. A lot of low pitches in the dirt as it's 2-0. Next batter, Tony Kwan, the guy that likes to hit grand slams, and right now a walk would load the bases again. Here's the 2-0 offering. Change up, looked outside, called strike. And Marriott has to step away. Kevin St. Jean in attendance. Commenting on the page, watching some of the broadcast, getting some replays. Hello in section 107, Kevin St. Jean. 2-1 count, 2 away. Here is the pitch to Marriott with 2 aboard. It's a shallow fly ball that won't leave the infield. Red Sox make the grab to end the bottom of the 7th. 7 complete. The Jackfish lead 8-7. We'll go to the 8th right here from the pond next.
Welcome to the Berry Baycats for Hero Day. First pitch set to fly at 1:05 p.m. To purchase tickets and learn more about group rates, visit our website, wellandjackfish.com.
New pitcher to the ball game is the righty, Zach Cameron for the Fish. He'll warm up. As the Jackfish make a call to the bullpen, they have that one-run cushion lead. It's been a seesaw battle ever since the fourth. Brantford, the storyline of the game, started up 3-0. It was all Brantford in the first. They went up 4, and then the Jackfish were able to answer in the third to make it 4-1. They'll add another in the fourth and go into the bottom of the fourth up comfortably 5-1, and that's when enter Tony Kwan. Grand slam for the Fish. They came back, tied it, then they went ahead. The Red Sox, they somehow went ahead, and now the Jackfish have an 8-7 lead.
Leading off the 8th inning for Brantford, center fielder Michael DeLuca.
So Michael DeLuca will start things off for the Red Sox as they trail 8-7 here in a tight ball game.
Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Welland Jackfish. Pepsi.
You know, it's fun to be able to call these games and talk to the fans and be a part of the IBL community. There's a lot of fans chiming in on the questionable plays here at the foul ball and first baseline tonight. But that's what brings these communities together. IBL baseball, of course. Be sure to follow your team wherever you can get to a park and watch a game. Jackfish will be returning home Saturday, as there is a pitch fouled right over our heads here in the press box into the parking lot. Saturday afternoon, the Barrie Baycats in town, 1:05. The first pitch. Get your tickets right now. It's Super Saturday on Saturday afternoon. Tickets available, wellandjackfish.com. No more, capacity limit of 710. Masks no longer required outside. 0-1. First pitch strike for Cameron. That one, a fastball down low. Misses for ball one. Now it's an even count at 1. One-run game. Here is Cameron, the third pitcher on the hill for the Jackfish this evening, as it was first. The ball was in the hands of Corrente, who started the ball game, went 5. And then it was turned over to Bowato, who went 2. And now here is the righty of Zach Cameron, the St. Catharines, Ontario native. 8-7, here's the pitch. Outside corner, good fastball. Strike 2. Cameron, of course, one of the few from the Niagara region, a part of the Jackfish Ball Club this season. From the Garden City, just up the 406. Able to stand and play in front of his family and friends as that pitch just missed the inside corner. So DeLuca will face a 2-2 pitch from Cameron. Here is the righty for the Jackfish on the 2-2. He grabs his side, got the signal from Mercier. Here's the pitch. Fouls it right into the dirt in front. And the count remains the same. Also, big thank you, Jamie Campbell, who is here tonight, talking with a lot of fans and players. Brought his kids to the ball game. Threw out the first pitch. Even tried a swig and enjoyed. Nice can of pond water lager. Beautiful strikeout for Zach Cameron. And that's the first out of the top of the 8th. Blue Jays, of course, may have to worry about some COVID testing soon, as the Yankees going through that with the Red Sox right now, as Aaron Judge being related to the COVID cases. 8-7 ball game. Fastball down the middle for strike number 1. Cameron really coming out of the bullpen strong so far for the Jackfish, trying to preserve that one-run lead here at home on Thirsty Thursday. The 0-1 pitch down the middle, strike 2. 0-2. Cameron ahead here against Lamprey. Fish bomb due up for the Red Sox, warming up. Here's the 0-2, downstairs. Good pitch, though, just missed the bottom corner. And the count 1-2 with 1 away. Couldn't ask for a tighter ball game tonight. Here's the 1-2. Right at the second baseman. Good grab by Mackey to retire the bottom of the order, Zach Lamprey, which brings up Jesse Fishbaum. So here comes Jesse Fishbaum, the leadoff man. He's got 2 away. Nobody on. Trying to get the team back in this 8-7 ball game and get them back on top. He'll have to face the red-hot Zach Cameron. So 8-7. Here's Fishbaum to face Zach Cameron for the first time tonight as Cameron has retired the first 2 batters he's faced. There's a fastball offering down the middle for a strike. 0-1 count. Here's the offering from Cameron. That's in the dirt. Good little scoop catch from Mercier to get that ball back to Cameron. Nobody on, though. Now the 1-1. Here's the offering. It's a grounder. Right back to the pitcher, Cameron. The throw to first to Tony Kwan, and that will retire the 8th. The Sox have 7 on the board. The Jackfish have 8. We go to the bottom half of the 8th when we come back. You're watching Jackfish Baseball from the pond. Bottom of the 8th we go. It is an 8-7 Jackfish lead. Tight ball game tonight from the pond. as Tony Kwan has hit a grand slam to bring the Jackfish even with the fourth inning blast over the left field wall. 5-5 after his grand slam. And now the Jackfish have an 8-7 lead here in the bottom half of the eighth. Takes the first pitch for a strike. That pitch slid away outside. 1-1. 1-1 the count, 8-7 ball game. Here's Tony Kwan looking to keep this magical night alive for him. Hits by a pitch. Well, that's one way to stamp a memory in you. Leave with a nice bruise on your left thigh. And he'll go back to first base. So Tofflin will come in. Tofflin hit a huge shot to the left field wall, right off the Pepsi logo in tonight's ball game. And now he's got Tony Kwan aboard at first. It's an 8-7 game. Tony Kwan with a slight lead off at first. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Umpire says no. It's called ball one. So the 1-0. Still no sign of a huge leadoff so far from Tony Kwan. They go back. He's there in time easily. So now the 1-0. So I don't see Kwan running just yet. Is he? No slight sign of a huge leadoff or steal. 8-7 game. Jackfish trying to preserve the lead and get their first home victory of the season. Back-to-back batters hit. And it's something you don't want to see, but the Jackfish fans will take it. Tofflin hit again. And he'll trot to first base, and now the Jackfish runners first and second. They didn't want to pitch to Tofflin earlier, and now they hit him again. Tofflin having a fantastic start after joining the Jackfish from playing in the Frontier League, batting .545 coming into today's ball game, and he's earning the respect from the IBL. He's been hit by pitches twice tonight. And you talk to the players, of course, doesn't feel the greatest, but it feels a lot better when the team wins and they're on board. So now Hildebrandt steps in with two runners on. Kwan aboard on second. Hildebrandt at the dish with two runners on. We mentioned Kwan at second and Tofflin at first. 1-0. No strikes, just the lone ball against Hildebrandt so far. Here is the 1-0 offering. Grabs his sign, looks again, back at second. Check swing, but it's upstairs, 2-0. Two and 0 count. Nobody out. The Jackfish have had the bases loaded 4 times in the ball game. Aaron Dunsmore is the next batter due up for the Jackfish. And that's the outside of the plate, strike one. The count 2-1 now in favor of Hildebrandt. You speak with Brian Esri, the field manager, the skip for the Jackfish, and Jason McKay. This team was meant to hit the ball. There's a swing, but it flies way left into the left field berm for a foul ball. 2-2 count. Over 120 stolen bases for the Jackfish, which led the league by more than double in 2019. Something it's obviously a part of a proud baseball team that did a really good job bringing fans in and had a really tremendous season. Fouls it away. They were able to beat the London Majors in the first round of the playoffs, of course, last season, where we bailed out against the defending champs, Barrie Baycats, who showed us how to hit the ball. Their dominant presence at the plate is why they're such a good ball club. Now 2-2. Runners first and second. Nobody out. 2-2 though. Hildebrand awaits the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Hildebrandt's retired on the strikeout. Foul tip. Keen eye by everyone up here but myself tonight. Got to wake up a little bit. So it is a foul tip. Slightest tip, but we'll take it. And that will take it. Keeps the at-bat alive, drops in the gap, and that could score a run. The runner's being waved around home. Jackfish have a 2-run cushion. It's 9-7 Jackfish. So the slightest tip to a big hit into the gap to right, and now the Jackfish lead by 2. It must have been the slightest tip because it looked like the ball had zero movement. Thought the batter was retired in Hildebrandt, but it's a huge RBI for Matt Hildebrandt. So now 9-7 Jackfish. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Runners on the corners for the Jackfish. And now Brian Esery coming out. And they will take Hildebrandt off first base. And Greg Marco, number 7, will come in for the pinch run. So Hildebrandt scores the RBI, and Marco will take his place. The fans letting him know with some love.
Pinch running at first base, number 7, Greg Marco.
Greg Marco, a part of the 2019 campaign as well. Predominantly a catcher, comes into today's ball game pinch running for Matt Hildebrandt, who just got the Fish a little more safer lead. 2 runs now instead of 1. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. The Sox, who led this game at a point, 5-1, now trail by 2. Foul tip. That one at least had a little bit more movement and was clearly seen up here. 1-1. So 1-1, nobody out, runners on the corner. Fouled away. Back behind home plate, and now it's 1-2. Marco in relief of Hildebrandt at first. Tofflin to third. The 1-2, nobody gone as the Jackfish trying to extend this lead against the Red Sox. Second meeting of the season between these two clubs. It's been a doozy. Runners going. It's to center field. The catch is made. The runners will take. Tofflin, though, he's going to come home to score. Sac fly offering the Jackfish cash in on the sac fly and make it a 10-7 ball game. So Brandon Underhill, a part of the 22U program for the Welland Jackfish, who came in on defense, played shortstop that last half inning, will now get his first at-bat of the ball game.
Batting for Welland, the shortstop, number 10, Brandon Underhill.
1 out on the sac fly, 10-7 Jackfish. Here's Brandon Underhill. Here's a predominant player, like we said, the U22 team, but he's played in several games for the Jackfish. And he'll get a lot of looks this season. Check swing. And now it's a ball. Good eye from Underhill. 1-0, 1 out. Good pitch, strike 1 to even the count at 1 on that breaking ball moving inside. 1-1. Marco, the lone runner on the bases at first as Tofflin came in to cash in a run on the sac fly. From Dunsmore, now the leadoff. It's a ground ball to third. They try for 2. They get Marco. And now they're calling him out as Marco. They're calling interference on the slide, and they get awarded the double play. So now the benches are going to clear. The umpires maybe have let this game get out of hand. They're giving out runs in the 7th. And now Marco, some pushing and shoving at second base, and now the base is clear. But just a friendly brouhaha. Nothing happens. It is the bottom of the 8th, end of the inning. Benches clear, and we got a 9th to play. Don't go anywhere. Top of the 9th, we go next. You're watching Jackfish Baseball right here from the pond. Top of the 9th, and Matthew Pilarchuk will lead things off for the Brantford Red Sox. Thank you, the fans, for tuning into the broadcast all night long as we bring you IBL baseball. What a game we've had tonight. Get to share a few good laughs here at the ballpark tonight, as it's 10-7. As you just saw, the end of the 8th ended with the benches clearing. Nothing really coming of it, though, as Greg Marco slid in to the second baseman, which was John Morella. They got the double play off the slide interference, but there's a right back to the mound for out number 1. And Pilarchuk's retired. The Jackfish have the opening out here in the top of the 9th.
Second baseman John Franco Morello.
So now here is the second baseman, John Franco Morello, a part of that little brouhaha, the second baseman for the Red Sox. 1 out, nobody aboard. They trail by 3 here in IBL action on Thirsty Thursday at the pond. Great to have baseball back and some normalcy. There's a ground ball. What a grab from Toughlin. Tofflin to Kwan. What a defensive play from Dane Tofflin, the Albertan, for out number 2.
Designated hitter Liam Sutherland.
And that brings up Liam Sutherland, the Red Sox, down to their last out here in the top of the 9th. It is the DH, the big hitter Liam Sutherland, the right-hander for the Red Sox. The first pitch to Sutherland is called strike. And the Jackfish, 2 strikes away. Sutherland behind in the count, 0-1, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Cameron, it's a ground ball back to Tofflin. The scoop, the throw, in time. Jackfish win.
Jackfish 10, the Brantford Red Sox.
Your final score, the Welland Jackfish 10, the Brantford Red Sox 7. What a ball game. It saw a little bit of everything, some great family fun at the pond, and the Jackfish get back even, and 500 on the season. They're now 2-2. The Red Sox fall to 0-3. We thank you for joining us. It's been a fun time here on the broadcast. We can't wait to see you on Saturday afternoon. It's Super Saturday at the pond. If you can get here to the Rose City and enjoy the ball game, be sure to join us Saturday afternoon. The Barry Bay Cats in town. First pitch flies at 1:05. Until then, I'm Spencer Tangway. We thank you for tuning in. And a reminder, go Jackfish.